Hey there, my name's Naira and today I have a prenatal yoga sequence to start your day off feeling calm and grounded. I've called it a morning sequence, but honestly you can do it whatever time you start your day. Sometimes for me that's midday and there's nothing wrong with that, and you're not obliged either to have disheveled bed hair like me. That's just my choice. So let's get started, and you'll need a mat, a couple or one or two bricks, yoga bricks, one or two bolsters, and also a yoga strap, which could also be a scarf or a belt. And if you haven't got blocks or bolsters, don't worry, because I'll be giving other options either during the sequence or you'll find them in the description box underneath the video. So let's get started seated on your blocks. I've got a couple underneath me here, or you can be kneeling, and then take your strap or scarf and widen the hands along it. We're just going to do a simple seated cat-cow to open through the chest. So inhale, raise the arms overhead and take the arms all the way behind you, lifting the chest. Then exhale, bring the arms back, round through the back. Inhale, open through the chest, take the arms behind you. Exhale, rounding, perhaps dropping the head. Just really easy movements to wake up the spine a little bit and to open up that chest space and get some mobility through the shoulders. Beautiful. Place your strap back down, taking some easy side stretches. Place the left hand on the floor. Inhale, float the right arm up and reach it over towards the left. Exhale as you reach, keeping the right glute grounded. And then bringing the arm back down. Inhale, float the left arm up. Exhale, reach. Take another inhale and then float the arm back down. Let's move a little bit quicker in time to the breath. Inhale as you reach over. Exhale, bring the right arm down. Inhale, reach over with the left. Exhale, bring the arm back down. One more time each side. Inhale, reach towards the left. Exhale, float the arm back down. Inhale, reach the left arm over to the right. Exhale, arm back down. Gorgeous. Give the shoulders a bit of a roll and then roll onto the shins to come off your blocks. I'm going to put those at the front of my mat. Don't need them for a little bit here. And we're just going to do a little bit of glute activation and get some mobility through the spine. So coming to sit, feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Slowly lower yourself down onto your back, using your arms and elbows to help you. We don't want to be engaging the abdominals. We never engage the abdominals during prenatal yoga. And then from here, you're going to bring the heels slightly closer to the buttocks so that you can graze them with the tips of the fingers, and then you might want to just step them out ever so slightly. So the feet are hip width apart, palms against the floor. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, imprint the lower back into the mat, and then inhale, engage the glutes, tuck the tailbone under and lift the hips up towards the sky. Exhale, roll down, upper back, middle, lower back. Inhale, engage the glutes, lifting the hips up, pushing the feet into the floor. Exhale as you lower down. Keep going in time with your own breath, lifting the hips on the inhale, lowering on the exhale. Just moving fluidly so you're getting that mobility in the lower back. This pose can be really great to ease lower back pain, even sciatica, and it's building strength in the glutes and the backs of the legs. Just keeping the hands against the floor, back of the neck long. You can look at the ceiling. One more exhale as you lower. Great job. Bring the knees back together and then turn onto one side to lift yourself up. Again, never engaging the abdominals during pregnancy. And here we're just going to mobilize a little bit with cat-cow with a variation. So bring the toes together and then bring the knees as wide as the mat. Hands directly under shoulders, and you're simply going to sit back and move forward. So exhale as you sit back, inhale as you move forward. Just a few times, just sort of taking a little bit of a counter pose to the bridge pose that we just did. And then bring the knees directly beneath the hips. Bring the hands directly beneath the shoulders, and we take a classic cat-cow. So we inhale, drop the belly, open through the chest. Exhale, relax the head round through the back. Inhale, look forward, tailbone lifts slightly. Exhale, round through the back. Look forward on the inhale. Exhale, relax the head, push the mat away. Beautiful. Tuck the toes under. We're going to come into a downward dog here. So spread the fingers really, really wide on the mat. Index fingers facing forward, and make sure that you press those fingers and knuckles of the hands into the mat as you lift the hips high. So here we're keeping the heels lifted, pushing the mat away with the hands. Really trying to feel that length through the back, lifting the hips as high as possible. Remembering to breathe deeply through the nose. Relax the head, look towards the feet. Let the belly hang, let it relax, creating space for your baby. A pose like this that creates space can encourage the baby to turn head down if it's in breech. So great pose to do regularly throughout pregnancy, and particularly in third trimester. Great for lengthening through the lower back, easing lower back pain. Keep the fingers pressing into the mat. And then come back down to the knees. Really, really nice job. Let's do a little bit of stretching for the legs now. So coming into a sort of split pose. Don't worry, we're not going to be going into full splits. It's absolutely a prenatal version of the pose. So what you want to do is come up onto your knees and then step the right leg forward. The ankle is directly beneath the knee, and you can, as you've seen I've done, use blocks here. Now, I can't really reach the blocks, so I don't find them too helpful, but they might be for you if you stack one on top of the other as well. But what you want to do here is you might want to walk the right foot forward a little bit to be able to create the stretch in the front of the left thigh. So you don't want this to be too intense. It's just a little bit of a hip flexor stretch, but engage the left glute to avoid sinking into that flexibility and overstretching the front of the leg. And then here, simply inhale, reach the arms up, engage that left glute, drop the shoulders away from the ears, open through the chest. And breathe. Option to interlace the hands behind the back. That can also feel really lovely in terms of opening through the chest, dropping the shoulders away from the ears, drawing the shoulder blades together. And again, just feeling a little bit of that opening in the left quadricep and hip flexor. And then to stretch the back of the right leg. You can tell it's morning because I'm struggling to find my words here. Hamstring. That was the word I was looking for. You can place your hands on blocks here, just making sure you keep your back as straight as possible and flex the right foot. Now, we're not looking for any kind of intense stretch. If you're starting your day, you just want to go easy. Keep the hips level, so you might need to draw the right hip back slightly. Draw the left hip forward. Flex that right foot and just feel that opening rather than an intense stretch in the back of the right leg. Of course, keeping the belly relaxed and breathing through the nose. And then slowly draw that right leg back, bringing the left foot forward, exactly the same as on the other side. I'm moving my blocks out of the way, but you're more than welcome to keep them there if they help you. And this time feeling the opening in the front of the right thigh, right hip flexor. Engage that right glute throughout. It also supports your lower back when you do that. Float the arms up and breathing here. Remembering not to sink into our flexibility so we don't end up compressing the lower back or stretching too intensely through the front of the right thigh. Just breathing through the nose. One side might feel different to the other, that's fine. Option again to interlace the hands behind the back. Taking the opposite interlace if you can. And again, you might need to draw the left hip back slightly, right hip forward, just to keep both hips facing forward. Breathing here. And same as on the other side, we stretch the left hamstring this time. So take your blocks, which by the way can also be books if you don't have yoga blocks, and then flex the left foot. Draw the left hip back slightly, right hip forward, keep those hips aligned. I think I was slightly rounding my back there. Bad example. You definitely want to keep the back as straight as you can. So draw the shoulder blades together at the back, open through the chest. Breathe here. This time feeling that stretch through the left hamstring. So left leg is straight and you're sitting the bum back just enough to get a little bit of an opening through the back of the left leg. And then slowly release. Great job. You can move the blocks out of the way. I'm going to take gate pose, stretching through the side of the body. So coming onto the knees. We'll start with the right side. So step the left foot out, making sure that the leg is in line with the side of your body and the outside of the left foot is in line with the short edge of the mat. Gently place your left hand on your left thigh, then inhale, float the right arm up and reach it over to the left, the way we did at the start of the sequence. Opening through the chest, engaging the glutes slightly and gently pushing the hips forward, keeping the whole sole of the left foot on the floor. feeling that opening through the right side of the body without collapsing too much over to the left. Breathing through the nose. And then exhale, bring the right arm down, come on to the other side. So reaching the right leg out this time, making sure the knee is directly beneath the hip on the left side. Inhale, float the left arm up, reach it over to the right. So you might also be feeling a little bit of a stretch through the inner thighs in this pose, which is great during pregnancy. Obviously, with any of these moves, if you're feeling intense pain or discomfort, just avoid the pose. It might not be for you today. Keep breathing, creating space for your baby as you stretch. And exhale, release. Really lovely job. Very simple pose now, hero pose. So take your block or blocks. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see my posture. And sit onto the blocks on your knees. The legs can be as wide as feels comfortable. And all you need to do is place your hands onto the thighs and sit up straight. So tucking the tailbone slightly under so that we're not curving through the lower back, and then grow through the crown of the head. Close down the eyes and just breathe. Noticing how you feel today. This might be a good moment, if you want to set an intention for the day. But mainly, just notice what's happening in the body, in the mind, in the heart. Grow through the crown of the head. Roll the shoulders down and back. You can also place the hands, the fingertips on the mat just behind you. That can provide a little bit more opening through the chest. Back of the neck is long. Just knowing that you are a hero for going through the pregnancy in whatever way you're doing so. Just a few more breaths here, sitting with yourself and your baby. Any discomfort in the knees, come out of the pose or maybe place a blanket under the knees. Otherwise, sit with the breath, with your intuition. And finally, blink open the eyes, coming off the blocks and staying on the blocks. We're going to come into squat pose. So you can sit with your back against a wall. That might really help here to actually get the opening in the hips. But you're spreading the feet as wide as feels comfortable so that you've got room for your belly and you're not feeling it compressed in any way. I like my toes turned out, but you can also have them parallel, whatever feels better. And then bringing the hands to heart center and gently pushing the elbows against the inside of the thighs. So sit on your block in whatever way feels comfortable, and then grow through the crown of the head. If the heels don't touch the floor, you can place a blanket, a rolled up blanket under the heels. You can also sit on a bolster or a cushion, something that's perhaps slightly higher than the blocks. And just breathe here, lifting the heart towards the thumbs, growing through the crown of the head. Finding more mobility in the hips, the lower back. It's a great pose also for all the feminine, the sexual organs, and also a great pose to help with elimination of waste. Breathing here. Stay where you are. I'm going to move on to my bolster because I think that might actually feel a little bit more comfortable for me today. Every day is different. Yeah, that feels much better. Keep the breath going. Making sure the back stays straight, that you're not rounding forward through the shoulders. And then gently blinking the eyes open, and we come into final relaxation. So this is where, if you don't have bolsters, cushions can also work, as can rolled up blankets into the shape of a bolster. You just need a support for your back and a support under the knees as we come into our final relaxation. So bring your lower back against the bolster. This other bolster is going to go under my knees, and then simply lower yourself down gently and lie back and relax. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to think about. Just letting the bolster or the cushion or whatever is underneath you support you, making sure you feel a support through the lower back. Breathing into the belly. Again, allowing yourself to create space for the baby. Allowing yourself this moment of rest and recuperation. Even if it's the start of the day, centering yourself like this can allow you to move through the day with more calm, more elegance, and more of a sense of grounding. You can stay here as long as you like, allowing yourself this crucial time to be with you and your baby, nourishing yourself and your baby with breath, with oxygen, with life. Stay here if you want to, or if you're ready to move with me, gently turn onto one side and come back to a seated, cross-legged or kneeling position on the mat. Grounding through the sit bones, roll the shoulders down and back. And then bring the hands together at heart center. Take a big inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And together we'll inhale and make the sound Om. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you next time.